What's up, everybody, and welcome to a Thursday night live edition of
Live.
BTR Beyond the Ropes. My name's Retro Relapse, also known as Fernando. And with me, as always, on this side of the screen is my tag team partner, Randizzle, aka Randy. Randy, talk to him, Randy.
Woo! Well, thank you for tuning in to live Thursday night. And you can't start a live Thursday night edition of BTR without having a few. And I'm drinking this bombshell strawberry blonde from Southern Star, Texas brewery up in North Houston.
And being that we're a couple of Texas boys drinking some Houston beer, listen to this. Ready?
Oh, is that Carbach?
Go. That is a Carbach Ziegenbach 16-ounce tall boy, baby. Let's go.
Man, you can't find the tall boys down here, but I know you always tell them you can find them out there.
I shit you not. The HEB that's catty corner to my house just started carrying them tall boys.
Nice.
And I'm very ecstatic about that because I'm tired of driving to San Marcos to go find my tall boys.
You can't,
six-pack.
You can't fucking say Texas beer without being overly, just overly. 16 boys.
Remember
16
the
boys.
saying, everything's bigger in Texas, and that's a damn truth for a reason.
That's right.
Or else you wouldn't be moving from your state to come to ours.
Exactly. Jesus
Damn
Christ.
fucking right. Let's go. Speaking of what? Everything's bigger in Texas, we're getting ready for a pay-per-view named All In Texas. Texas All In. That's right, AEW. And not to outshine what's going on in WWE, they're doing their go-home shows this week for Dynamite, and we're missing Collision because Collision is usually on a Saturday night, but because of whatever playoff things are going on, TBS moved it to Thursday night tonight, and we're currently not watching the product, but that's okay because we will bring you our highlights of what happened at the pay-per-view for Double or Nothing. But I do want to talk about it because that's one of the big things coming on this weekend. Let's go Sunday night, May 25th in Glendale, Arizona.
Do you think they moved the Collision because of the playoffs or because WWE is doing Saturday night main event? Or this all happened to coincide together, right?
Both. Saturday, anything that WWE does with their programming, AEW wants nothing to do with. And the only reason why is because they know they'll get spanked in the ratings, and that's what you don't need, especially if you're trying to get a hot seat to get more viewers to watch your product because they're up there. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's millions of viewers watching the shows, all the products. I mean, we're included. But if you're not on the right spot, then yeah, things will go south. And then guess what? You have no viewers, and then you lose ratings, you lose people wanting to watch the product, and then everything goes downhill, and we don't need that right now because wrestling is healthy on TV.
Yeah. I mean, everyone gets a little piece of the pie right now, and AEW is carving up themselves a nice chunk of it because, hey, you're going to be the competitor. They're the only ones on a national network, and they're doing really good lately. They really are. Like, they actually have some stories progressing. You always have great matches regardless of whether there's a storyline or not. But the stories are progressing. There are some things that are rushed, right? Like a match that we might talk about here in a little bit when we go over the card. But other than that, like they're starting to get back their traction and get a groove because right now WWE feels real stale. Like that WrestleMania build up and now like I don't know what direction they're going. These matchups they have or whatever, but AEW right now is starting to heat up, and there's big implications. Like Fern said, for All In Texas, that's their WrestleMania, and it's going to be here in Arlington in July 12th, I believe. So, I mean, it's coming up pretty quick, and it's almost the end of the month of May, and June starts, and then you got like one more month, and you're in it. So, I'm pretty pumped. I'm pretty pumped about it.
Need.
I'll be there. I know you'll be there.
I will be there. I've already secured my tickets. Now it's just a matter of securing the hotel stay for the X amount of people that'll be there with me. And we're bringing the party train, baby. Let's fucking go.
I'll be there. I won. I was lucky enough to win some tickets at an AEW live event. So that's gonna be pretty cool. Just to win them and then go there, and then to top it off, it's free. All I
Hmm.
do is find a hotel. That's pretty badass. So I'm pretty
Yeah,
excited.
you can't beat that. You really can't. Yeah.
So
Kudos to you and your luck streak, sir. I hope you bought a lottery ticket because you're gonna need
that was the only luck I had. So well,
it.
we won't push it. We'll just stick with
you
the
be,
we'll stick with the winning the tickets. I'll take
if you
that all
if you didn't
day.
have no luck at all, you'd have no luck. Am I right?
Exactly,
Yep.
exactly.
Yep. Well, you know what? I want to throw out the card already because they've already pushed out. If there is any extra matches that are going to be added to this pay per view, it'll happen tonight. But we do have a good plethora
Plethora.
plethora of matches already here on the card. You want to talk about it? You want to talk
Yeah,
about it? You want to talk
let's get
about
a
it? Let's
card. Let's get that card. Let's
talk
get that
about it.
card.
You're damn right. Let's talk about it. AEW Double or Nothing 2025 match card brought to you by the wonderful people at the SmackDown Hotel. Yeah, oh my God.
And I just hit that line on there right there when you were saying it.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So I'm gonna start from the bottom of the list and move my way up because we already know who the main event's gonna be. They pushed it through. If you did not watch Dynamite, they did push it through on Dynamite who the main event on the card is gonna be. Knowing that I am not happy to announce personally that they're gonna have another Stadium Stampede match. I'm not a fan. I don't mind them, but I think they've already kind of run their course that, you know what, they don't need to do them, but I know that's a staple for Double or Nothing. So when we get there, we'll get into it. But first match on the card so far, stretcher match. Ricochet versus Mark Briscoe. This is that kind of interesting because
This is the one I was talking about, like where there was not really a build up. They've had some
no,
interactions, but this is like this is one of the matches that was like I saw it last night on Dynamite, and I was like, and he was fighting somebody, and then Mark Briscoe comes out, and I was like, they're having a stretcher match, like what the fuck? Like I was so
yeah,
caught off guard. I was like, okay, but
mhm.
whatever. I mean, Ricochet, they're pushing Ricochet, and it's always nice to see Mark Briscoe get a spot in a pay per view. He doesn't disappoint. Redneck Kung Fu. So
Redneck, that's right. Who do you got taking it?
I mean, for the build, it's gonna be Ricochet. He's a heel. He's gonna do some dastardly shit. You know, I don't know if this is a time where Ricochet aligns himself with somebody, but he's been playing that card of, hey, let me hang out with these guys. Hey, let me hang out with these guys.
Yeah,
He fought Anthony Bowens last night, and he cheated to win with the pair of scissors.
if he didn't have the scissors, Anthony Bowens had that all day.
Yeah, yeah. So, but I think Ricochet just for the solely because he's a heel.
Yep, I agree. We don't agree a lot, but Mark Briscoe has nothing to lose as
Exactly.
far as retaining a loss on this match. So Ricochet should take it.
Yeah.
Mark Briscoe comes on top. Hopefully, it's a push for him. Hopefully, later down the line, it gives him something to work towards or go towards. Because it would be nice to see him with a championship belt over his shoulder.
I
Because
would
he is
like
a champion.
I would like to see him with a mid card belt. I mean, a TNT title. Like, hey man, like let's go. Like who has it? The Nick Wayne has a T. No, Nick Wayne has a Ring of Honor or something. Pure. Who has the TNT
Adam
title?
Cole is our TNT champion.
Oh,
at the
he's
moment.
TNT title. What's the other mid card belt? International or Continental?
We have the international belt. I do not remember at the
Oh
moment who's got
shit,
it.
it's Halen. It's Halen
Continental
here.
is Continental is being held by Okada.
Okay,
Bitch.
okay. Bitch.
But international, dude, that's how that gets away from you, dude. You don't know who's holding it.
You know who I
That's
miss
crazy.
seeing holding the belt? And this is crazy to say. Fucking Orange Cassidy, dude. He fucking had a
Hmm.
nice run with that. I guess it was called the internet. It wasn't the what was it called
It
before? It
was the
was,
international
but what
championship.
was it called before that? Right before they changed it.
Ah,
I forgot. I forgot.
you're
But
playing trivia on me right now, bro. I was a schooner and a half in before I came on this show, so I ain't got the recollection at the moment. I'm pretty sure SmackDown Hotel could tell us.
All
But
Atlantic Championship.
oh
Took me a
yeah,
while to
look at
fucking
that.
process my brain.
And look at that. Look at that. You gotta dust those cobwebs off up there. Look at
Yeah, I do. I only do some thinking for wrestling. That's pretty much it.
that. Me too.
But I would like to
That's
see him
right.
come back in the picture. I know he was making some things, but I would like I would like to see Mark Briscoe if he wins, or even Ricochet. Like let's refresh these mid card belts and get it going.
Mhm.
They refreshed the belt. Adam Cole has it, but the other two
Okay,
Okada's been holding it, and
Mr. Smarty Pants. If you remember that it's the alt what was it? The
All Atlantic.
All Atlantic Championship that turned into the International Championship. Who's
Mm-hmm.
got it?
That's a good fucking question. Omega.
It is Omega, right?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's what I'm
And
saying. Like he's
how
been being
funny is
pushed. He's
that,
been pushed. He's been pushed like the main event spot. But what the fuck's the belt?
But how funny is that he's doing the same thing Moxley's doing, that he's hiding the belt. It's like, don't you want to show off your championships? But he's in a bigger match apparently that we'll talk about here in a minute. That
But why wouldn't you showcase it
Defend it?
in a bigger match, right? Well, why
Yeah.
wouldn't you showcase it in a bigger match? But that's what I'm saying. Like, I think people forget. Like, I haven't all the times I've seen Omega come out lately, he's not carrying a belt. He's just rolling out. He's just rolling out, fighting people.
He comes out there in his t-shirt and his
Shorts.
whatever pair of pants he decided to put on that day, whether it's lounge pants or whatever, and comes out and does his promo and maybe B triggers somebody, or I don't know, gives his little kick or something. But that's stupid. You know, you're hurting the company by not showing off the gold.
Exactly. Same thing
That's
with
how I feel
Okada.
about it.
Same thing with Okada. I haven't seen him bring out the goat. He's been making a lot of appearances also in
Yeah.
run-ins and stuff, but
He had his interview last night with Renee, and that's why it led up to a match that we'll talk about here in a little bit. But at least he had the belt over his shoulder. He's gonna defend it against Speedball Mike Bailey.
what they should be doing is when they're in these matches, use it as a prop and fucking hit someone over the head with it. Something, right? Have the belt on TV, hit some motherfucker with it, get some blood on it, and say, hey, at least fucking Jack Perry Jungle Boy fucking created a new TNT title, made it different just for a second. Fuck it, right? Like, let's get in it. Let's get in it. But you know, we'll get there. I guess. I hope. Maybe Mark Briscoe or someone else can capture some title gold. Someone's dying. Someone's dying. Sound like me last week when I was fucking.
Yeah.
Drink that beer. The beer
Scratch
will
your
wash
throat a little
down.
bit. So the next match on the card, FTR, Dex Hardwood, Cash Wheeler versus Daniel Garcia and Nigel McGuinness.
Nice little build up with Tony Schiavone and Nigel McGuinness, and then they've been having a little squabble with Danny Garcia. So I mean,
But don't you think
FTR
it's
comes
kinda
out.
sad? Don't you think it's kind of sad? I apologize for jumping on you. That they have to, FTR has to play fiddle to a wrestler and an announcer to get thrown on TV.
Yeah. But
What do they have going on for them that they could go and fight instead of putting them in contention for a tag team belt, tag team championship, or find a third for trios or any of the case? They have to fight an announcer. He's granted he's a great ex wrestler, but you have to go mess with the announce team to get on a pay-per-view card.
why couldn't they fight the Hurt Syndicate? Right?
Yeah, I agree.
Tag
That would be a
team,
banger of a match.
that'd be a great fucking match. Big dudes fighting that have a lot of experience. Both teams have a lot of experience, and they could have been a great match instead of having these little. I wouldn't even call them tournament matches to see who the number one contender is. They just been fucking throwing people together so the Hurt Syndicate can squash them.
They were mini tournament matches, but I can tell you right now, the AEW World Tag Team Champion match, which is next on the card, or at least on the list here by the SmackDown Hotel.com, it's the Hurt Syndicate versus the Sons of Texas, Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara.
who already have fucking belts.
Tag Team Championship gold in Ring of Honor, but now they want AEW gold. That's a waste of a tag team.
Exactly.
When you're putting FTR in the back burner, I get it. If you're doing the whole heel the faces things, okay, bet. I get it, great. But I mean, dude, like right now, Hurt Syndicate is over, so they might as well be a face. Put them against FTR, even if FTR doesn't win. What's up?
At least get them in the fucking picture, right? At least get them in the picture. Because right now, I guess we'll get into it. If the fucking Texas Sons
The Sons of Texas.
the Sons of Texas fight the Hurt Syndicate, they're both champions. Whoever loses, more so the Sons of Texas, they lose. They make their championships look weak when it could have just been fucking FTR.
Mm-hmm. But then again, do you give that much to anything Ring of Honor when it's on AEW TV?
Not lately. Ring of Honor was a staple at one point, but right now it's just a feeder at this point.
Agreed. Knowing that you have Ring of Honor in your pocket is knowing that you have NXT there with WWE. So when you show the NXT Women's Champions on SmackDown fighting against the real tag team champions in WWE, it doesn't help your brand. So knowing that you're going to put the Sons of Texas against the Hurt Syndicate and only one set of championships on the line, and you know they're not going to win it. They're going to show out, but they're not going to win it. To me, it's just a ploy to have Sammy on TV to do something crazy and stupid without having to really do anything to give him anything extra other than a paycheck. And it sucks, in my opinion, my humble little brain opinion, because I'm not a wrestler. For those that watch and like, oh, you guys don't know shit. Guess what? We don't know shit. But as a brand, you're hurting yourself. You're hurting your champions by having a champion versus champion match, but only one set of belts is on the line.
Exactly.
Make it interesting. If you want that shit to work, both sets of belts should be on the line. Double gold, double belts.
Now you can pull double duty and bring prestige to both sets of belts at the same time. I know it's not a popular thing when people have multiple belts because you're trying to figure out how you're going to defend it or what's next. But at the end of the day, tag team division wise, it wouldn't be a bad thing. It wouldn't be a bad thing because then that can help Sammy get back into the singles competition. Dustin to still continue with his trios with the fucking, what do they call it? The Von Erich boys. Like it's okay. Everyone's still gonna win if both belts are on the line and they lose them, right?
Mm-hmm. I agree. Next on the list, we didn't give a winner who we feel about FTR, Daniel Garcia, and Nigel McGuinness, but I don't think they're gonna the faces will go over.
No, I think FTR needs to win. I'm not too happy with them having Stokely.
I'm not too gonna cause some issues.
I don't like him with them. It doesn't match. Like if I can bring back Theodore Long, Teddy Long, you know who you're gonna face? 1-on-1? FTR.
The Undertaker. You're going 2-on-1 handicap match with FTR. Hit my music. Next on the list, we have the AEW Continental Championship, Kazuchika. I can never say his name. Okada. We know him as Okada. Bitch. Versus Speedball Mike Bailey.
Well, I know you're not high up on Speedball, but they fought before, so it's going to be a good match. I think this match serves the biggest purpose to have Okada on TV or on a pay-per-view. Let him defend that belt. And
earn the purse.
And the purse, exactly. Let them just whoop Bailey's ass. It gives Bailey some light on him because he's fighting Okada, considered one of the best wrestlers. And you have him on your pay-per-view, one of your staples of your pay-per-view, Double or Nothing. So it makes sense. So I think this match is a build-up for All In for somebody, maybe a triple threat or whatever. But I think it's a build-up for all that. So
that's what's up.
What do you think about that match?
On the list.
Oh, who do you think is going to win?
Out of them two, Okada. Mm-hmm. I don't have faith in Speedball. I know Speedball's contract was up in TNA. He wanted to go to AEW. Great. You know the boys, blah, blah, blah. You get in. You're on the contract. I don't have faith in that dude. I really don't.
Why not?
Mid-Carter at best, man. Yeah, he flies around. He does whatever, but to me, he's a gimmick. And I don't. He's not a gimmick I want to see. He's almost like the Outrunners, dude. I don't have enough love for the Outrunners to be like, I'm behind you. I see them as a gimmick to help put people over, and they win one match every once in a while just to get the crowd behind them. Same thing with Speedball. It's just a gimmick. Sure, you have your judo, taekwondo background and all that good stuff, but you just run around the ring and stuff like that. And I just see you as a gimmick that you're not coming off as a strong enough wrestler because you're still into whatever you got going on. And
he is a karate man. He is a karate man.
Great. I don't buy it.
Him versus Steve Blackman.
Blackman on top.
Right? Blackman whooped his ass.
I believe in Blackman because I've seen what he can do and he shows out what he does. Speedball, I'm pretty sure, has had a good amount of matches under his belt that shows that he's a badass. But think about who he faced to show that he was a badass. It wasn't strong enough names to really put him out there. Unless you're going to put a championship on him. But what championship has he really had on there that shows that he's worth it? Because he's never been the TNA champion.
Dude,
when he was in TNA.
I don't even think he was an X Division champion. So I don't even know. I think
I
maybe he
mean,
held the tag team, maybe, and that's a
right?
stretch. So
So if you don't have faith in your dude, if you don't have faith in your gimmick, then then you can't put even a mid card belt.
yeah, well, you know, you
I
know, you need clowns. You need clowns for your circus, right?
thank
it
you,
is what it is.
thank you. You need someone to be there to entertain, and guess what? We're gonna get it out of him. Cool. Is it a smoke break for me? You damn right it is. Sorry, not sorry. Okada all the way. Let's go, bitch. Next
Bitch.
match on the card: AEW
Shut
Women's
up,
World
bitch!
Championship match. Timeless Tony Storm, the champ, versus Mina Shirakawa.
I saw it last night. She put Tony Storm in the figure four on the post. I don't buy, like you say, Speedball. I don't buy Mira Shikawa. She's a pretty face. That's about it. And if you don't involve the whole Mariah May story from before and how she even got into AEW, I think Tony Storm could have had a better opponent. Maybe even Julia Hart or Sky Blue because Sky Blue interrupted the
That's
match.
coming.
Somebody, yeah. But I don't see this as anything other than just a TNA match, tits and ass match. That's it.
Thank you,
That's
thank you.
all
I
it
was all.
is.
This is a 5 foot Asian woman with a rack versus 5.5 woman with a big booty. You know, I mean, other than that, you get a good women's match. Timeless is gonna go out and do her thing. Mina is gonna wow the crowd with some of her little antics and stuff like that because she's a fast fighter. Give her that at least that she will go. It is
She
gonna
has the
be
stardom style. She has the
yeah,
Japanese stardom style. Like
yeah.
she's gonna throw
It's gonna
herself
be an
body.
entertaining match, but is it something that Tony needs right now? No, but it helps her hold on to the belt longer because she's gonna be on top with this one.
Yeah,
Like crazy enough, yes, it is sad because you this is just a placeholder match to have on the card because remember you're waiting to see who's gonna win for the Owen Cup matches that are going to be on this pay per view as well. So it's Mercedes Monet versus Jamie Hayter. Winner gets a shot at Timeless at All In. So it's a placeholder match,
it
plain and
is.
simple.
It is. I like
Mm-hmm.
Tony Storm cut a promo on Mira, and she said, "My little 5 foot nothing G cup princess" or something like that.
Yeah. Hey
Only Tony
man.
Storm, man, can get away with that. Only Tony Storm right now at this point can get away with saying shit like that.
Yes, and I'm all in. Dude. I'm all for it because I want to hear some shit like that. It's crazy that the world has changed. That we're so fucking soft that we can't just do some of the shit we were doing 10 years ago and it'd be okay because everyone's so soft and has feather-like feelings and cancel me. Give a fuck. It sucks. It really does sucks because we used to all be able to make fun of each other without issue, and now you make fun of me and I'm gonna cry in the corner and I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
tell
cry
everybody
and
a lie.
post a Facebook live video telling everybody that you made me cry because I'm different. Blah
And
blah
because you
blah.
shop at J.C. Penney, everybody needs to stop shopping at J.C. Penney so they can go bankrupt. Yeah, I'm sorry. This isn't one of those political shows. We'll shut up about it. But yeah, it's annoying. It's annoying. And if there are people out there that do agree with, shout out. Anyway, next match on the card, the one I'm not a fan of. I'll watch the mayhem that's gonna happen here, but really, Anarchy in the Arena match. The Death Riders, all of them. John Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, and Marina Shafir with the Young Bucks, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, say the name correct, versus Kenny Omega, Swerve Strickland, Willow Nightingale, and the Ops, consisting of Samoa Joe, Shibata, and Powerhouse Hobbs.
And you forget the wild card, Gabe Kid with the other guys with the Young Bucks. I tell you, man, like he just interjected himself. I'm telling you, like it's just that's your wild card. Like they're really building him up, but he's looking weak on TV. And I've seen his match with Omega and G1, and that was badass. But I think it was all Omega. Now that I'm seeing him fight on TV, like, and he has TV cues, motherfucker don't know what he's doing.
A lot of these wrestlers weren't set up for TV, so they're trying to help them figure it out as they go along. They just don't know what to do because it's not an indie show. Sure, it's an indie show where one camcorder's watching, they put it back on YouTube. Completely different from a TV telecast kind of thing. Us as patrons who actually watch this stuff over and over, week after week, know when you don't know your shit, you don't know your shit.
Yeah, you get exposed real quick, and
Hmm.
he doesn't have really a personality. He's just like, oh, I'm a guy in a hoodie. Ah, okay,
Hmm.
okay, cool, dude. Like, I didn't see you do shit. Like,
At least when Jeff Cobb came out, or JC whatever,
Mateo.
JC Mateo, which is a weird name unless it's his real name, uh, came out showing more being that guy in a hoodie in WWE compared to what Gabe Kidd did over here, and it just. I'm pretty sure they're bent out of shape that Cobb didn't go to AEW because I'm pretty sure AEW really wanted him, but you're part of the bloodline. You're gonna go with your bloodline,
You're
man.
going towards the fucking money, dude. That's money, regardless of how you, whether you like it or not. Bloodline in any iteration is fucking money. Clearly, right? You're still talking about it 4 years. For
Yeah,
4 years. So,
yeah,
here we go.
yeah.
But
Even if it didn't get as big as a pop. So if you had to put your money on one or the other, who's winning the match?
well, I'm gonna go with the good guys on this one. Um, but I feel like there's gonna be an implosion within Death Riders and the Young Bucks. There's gonna be miscommunication, and I think that's what's gonna cause them. But I'm with you. Like, I'm not too big a fan of these Anarchy Rules matches or Anarchy in the stadium because there's too much shit going on to enjoy anything, and then you miss big spots. And you've seen it over and over and over on all
Hmm.
these types of Stampede matches where something badass happened, and you have to watch the replay of it. It's not because it's shown. It's just too much. And don't get me wrong, I love the action. I love the fucking blood. I love the violence. But there's so much shit going on, and maybe you're a fan of the Young Bucks. You want to see what they're doing. Oh, you want to see what happens with Mox because he's the champion. Oh, you want to see whatever. There's too much shit going on, and there's nothing consistent into the ring until right before the finish most of the time. And
Hmm.
then okay, then it's just like poof, and you have to one up each other every time, right? Like I think Nick Jackson had the Air Force Ones with the fucking thumbtacks. That was the big finish last time, or with the fireworks or whatever. Like
Yep.
they have their buildups, but at the end of the day, like it's just too much. It's too much and it's too spread out. It'd be different if it was like in a cage or something like that, like a war game style where everything's enclosed, but some shit's going on the stands, some shit's going on the ramp, some shit's going on the outside, some's going on the ring. Like it's just a lot. It's too much.
Yeah, it is. It
So
is.
I'll watch
My
it. Like I
money,
said, I'll watch it.
my money's on the heel side only because they have that wild card, and we don't know if the faces are going to come up with a wild card. The only thing that I can think of that will help match what's going on is that Hook comes in and saves the day against Gabe Kidd
I would say Hook
because Hook has been out.
or
So
even Edge, just for the fuck of it. Like they're throwing random people together, and the last match I think was Swerve and Mox and Swerve and Edge and Mox and Edge. Like I think he could be a wild card to bring him back. I don't know if he's hurt or how bad he's hurt, but or if he's even hurt. But you're right. Also, Hook is also a good option, but I don't think
Hook makes sense to
Hook doesn't
me.
have
Hook makes.
enough of the oomph right now. Like it kind of simmered down.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. It's not the factor in this. It's because of what the Death Riders did to him that made him get off of TV for a while because they basically concussed him. He threw up in the middle of the ring
Yeah, he threw up in the
when
middle of the ring.
Claudio banged them up pretty good, but he got banged up prior to that, and that was just the after effect of all that stuff that was happening. So if you're looking for a wild card that's already cleared to come back in and handle some business, and he is cleared, it would be Hook to come and save the day to help out the situation because the Death Riders wouldn't be expecting it because they thought he was going to be out on the sidelines for 6 to 8 months, like they always think, storyline wise. Oh, so and so is on this and this, and they're going to be out for a year when they actually come back in like 4 weeks, 6 weeks. And I think there's been plenty enough time where he should be good to at least do a one off for now and then like chill out afterwards where they don't hurt him. They can conjure up the spot where they need to just to show off that Hook's still around or whatever, even though he's not part of the tag team, the trios champions right now, and really make that
Do
impact.
you think when they bring him back that they do a Freebird style where it's Powerhouse, Shibata, Joe, and Hook, or does Hook like does Powerhouse like hand over the belt? I don't know. Like that's
The
a weird
only
part.
one I can honestly think that would hand over belt if they do that would be Shibata. Shibata would has that whole, you know, European, Japanese, Asian like You should have been here. I bow to you. I'll give it to you. I think he would be the one. I don't see Powerhouse Hobbs giving it up. I honestly don't
But like
because he wanted.
Powerhouse was thrown into it. That's what I'm saying. Like he was technically the oddball out. The ops consist of Shibata,
I understand
Joe,
what
and
you're
Hook.
saying, but you're asking for my opinion, and my opinion is that Hobbs will not be a willing participant to give him that spot, even though they were together in that one team when Team
Team
Taz when
Taz,
Taz was
yeah,
running it. You know, I don't see Hobbs trying to give it up. I could be totally wrong. You know, dare I bring a wrong opinion to the show. If anything, if you're asking for mine, I think Shibata would give it up before Hobbs. Joe could be the one that gives it up, and Joe's be like, "I'll just manage y'all, or I'll fight with y'all." But I mean, it's hard to say because he wasn't there to win it.
yeah, true.
And maybe it doesn't happen, and maybe he'll be around and be part of the squad, or maybe he'll try to go on a singles run to try to go after the TNT championship. Who knows?
That's what I was thinking about for Hobbs. Like him breaking off, still be part of the group, but him be more of the singles against Okada or something because he's looking for singles gold. You know, I can see it go either way.
Hmm.
So
I think if anything, they should push Hook for singles gold. Hobbs needs a team. Hobbs needs to be somewhere. Hobbs on his own, unless he's got a valet or a manager, doesn't work. As much as that would be nice to see. Shibata one offs, and he always ends up helping somebody. Samoa Joe's the only one who can go in it by himself.
yeah, also
But
I agree. He can go back for the belt or go against somebody for the belt.
and he wants to, but right now it looks like they're gonna push on the card of what they have with the Owen Hart Foundation stuff. So and those promos were fire. But let's go ahead and move on to the next one so we don't just digress in what's going on with the Stadium Stampede match because just that after a while is just trash. The Owen Hart Foundation Women's Tournament Final. Winner gets an AEW World Championship match at All in Texas. Plus, they get a big old trophy. Mercedes Moné versus Jamie Hayter.
Mercedes all day. Like that's the build up for Tony Storm. Let's be realistic. That's money, regardless if you like her or not. Mercedes versus Tony Storm at All In is money. It is. They have good characters. They're both. Mercedes is very conceited, and fucking Tony Storm's very delusional. So I think it worked out very well for them to go against each other. Both characters would definitely play off each other, and that they're good wrestlers. We know that they can wrestle. So that'd be a good match. I don't care for Jamie Hayter, so I give fuck two fucks if she wins or not. To be honest with you, I never thought she was a good wrestler to begin with. I thought she's a good mid card. That's why she was always with Britt Baker at the mid card until she won the belt and then got hurt. So I just don't know. I don't see enough Jamie Hayter. How about that? I've never seen enough Jamie Hayter to really give my a real solid opinion.
Okay, okay. I like where you're going with the Mercedes Moné, but I would actually like to see Jamie Hayter on top. And the reason being, doesn't matter who wins or loses at All In. If Timeless keeps it and Hayter loses it, I want to see Hayter try to go back with it, run it back when they go back overseas to England, like Osprey did say they're going to do for the Forbidden Kingdom, or not Forbidden, Forbidden Door, and see them run it back one more time over there for the Women's Championship. Just because she's from over there, and to see how much of a pop and how much the crowd will get behind what's going on over there, and Hayter taking it over there since she's an English bird. But
Nice.
Mercedes Moné versus Tony Storm is money. But who do you have on top? Who do you have winning All In between them two?
I would say it would be Mercedes, but she'd have to lose all those other belts. She would have to fucking lose those belts between this pay per view and All In, which is a month and a half. She would have to lose the belts and not go in with shit and have to be fighting from under. She'd have to be fighting from under to really hold that championship belt. You can't hold the championship belt of AEW and hold these other championship belts. It's okay to hold the mid card belt, the TBS title. It's fine. She really lost the New Japan Strong belt, but she'd have to lose those other belts to come in fighting from under and still be the heel to do more heel shit.
So who takes the TBS championship off of Mercedes?
Penelope Ford. She
Thank
Penelope
you.
Ford.
Thank you. Thank you. That woman deserves a belt. And even to hold on to a mid card belt would be beautiful. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
TBS, that bitch show. Penelope all day. I would love to see it.
Yeah.
Or even if you wanted to give it to somebody else, you want to give it back to Chris Statlander. Let her run with it. And her versus Megan Bain. You know, even though I'm, whatever with that one. You want to give it to Jamie Hayter? Let Jamie Hayter take it off of her, just so you put a belt on her if you're gonna really push her in the limelight. But it does make sense what you're saying. But
Yeah.
honestly, I don't think Mercedes will take the women's championship anytime soon from Tony Storm.
No, it,
I
it
don't.
had to be a new face. I feel like it would be like not necessarily a new face, like a new person in the company, just someone within the company fighting
Hmm.
Tony Storm and getting that belt.
Yeah.
So
Well, next on the list, we've had our rant on that. The Owen Hart Foundation Men's Tournament Final Match. Winner gets an AEW World Championship match at All In Texas. Will Ospreay versus Hangman Adam Page.
well, we had this conversation, and I said Osprey, and you said Hangman last time,
Yep.
and I see both points. I mean, Hangman's been putting in the work, and Osprey right now is your rising star in AEW. Like he was already a star outside, and he's just continually moving up and up and up within the AEW ranks.
Now,
So
from the promo that we got to see here on Wednesday's Dynamite, how do you feel about your decision now?
I'm still gonna say Osprey. I'm still gonna say it because he's young. He is your
Hmm.
future. He's the future, right? He is.
Hmm.
So it wouldn't hurt to invest into him. But Hangman has put in the time. He's fucking
Hmm.
had his ups and downs, and it also wouldn't be a bad idea for him to hold it. But I'm still gonna stick with Osprey on this one. He takes it, and it becomes a bigger thing for him because it is a bigger thing for him at the end of the day.
Yep. I honestly am leaning more towards Osprey taking this because it would make sense for him to take it to Forbidden Door, and he would be able to carry this company for a while. Give him a year behind the belt. It'd be good for the business. I like Hangman. I really do. But I don't see him holding a belt right now. Even though he needs to get through whatever demons and all this stuff with the 2 years of being a bad guy, blah blah blah. He's put in the work, but I don't know if it's worth putting a belt over his shoulder.
I
I
think
think he still needs more time.
I think he has a lot of other stories that he can get involved with. That
Hmm.
it wouldn't hurt him to not have the belt. It really wouldn't. And he has shit with MJF. He has shit with Swerve. He has shit with Mox. He has shit with everybody. The
Hmm.
Young Bucks. Like it's not going to be bad for him to be in other programs. It's not going to hurt. It's not going to hurt his trajectory right now. But Will Ospreay needs a belt. He's floating right now. He's floating because he doesn't have real competition. And once people are chasing him, it'll be better off in the long run for him.
I feel that.
So, but that's a nice solid fucking card for Double or Nothing. It
That
really
is.
is.
It is. And who knows? We might get a couple of extra matches out of tonight on Collision. And if not, there'll be some on the pre-show card because they usually do something pretty snazzy on the pre-show card to put some more wrestlers on YouTube to lighten up the mood and kind of get people jazzed up for the pay-per-view.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt. It never hurts to fucking have more, right? Because aren't the Hurt Syndicate defending their belts or no?
Yes, against the Sons of Texas.
Oh, that's right. My bad. My bad. Yeah, yeah. So they're doing that. So is Adam Cole fighting anybody?
He is not.
Okay.
Crazy enough, him and Paragon are not fighting anybody.
They
So
finally changed their fucking name. How long we been talking about Paragon? God damn, it took fucking a couple of years.
took a while.
Took a
It
couple of
did.
years.
It did. Hey, do me a favor and rant for something for like I don't know a minute.
All
Give
right.
me like 60 seconds.
Well, as Fern makes his exit quite a little bit, we're talking about Double or Nothing AEW, and it's going to be a great build up. Again, like I said earlier, there's a lot of stories being built and some things just thrown together. But again, AEW is giving you, both sides of the pillow, right? They're going to give you some shit just for action, solely just to have a match on the card that's going to give you a lot of oohs and ahs and wows and oh my gods. And then you have a lot of storyline buildups, and I think that Anarchy in the Arena is one of those big story buildups. The Owen Hart Foundation Cup tournament, that's all about stories. Um, Unfortunately, some of the other belts aren't really story driven. They're really going to be just matches that probably could be on Collision or Dynamite within the following weeks leading up to All In July. But at the end of the day, you're going to get your money's worth. It's AEW. It's a pay-per-view. It's on Sunday, Memorial Weekend. You're going to get every bit of everything with the card. So you're gonna have the action, you're gonna have the stories, and at the end of the day, you're gonna pay for those fucking 6 hours of wrestling that you're gonna get, which is fucking
Shit.
nice. It's nice. I mean, it's Memorial Day weekend, right? You get to sleep in, get drunk, watch the show. It goes till fucking midnight or whatever.
It's
So
Memorial Day weekend, baby. Let's fucking go.
so it's gonna be good. I mean, at the end of the day, you're gonna get everything you're gonna get your money's worth at the end of the day for sure.
And do not forget to salute all those that have paved the way before us, especially being that we're in memoriam of those who gave their lives for us to have this 3 day beautiful weekend that's coming up to enjoy a wonderful pay per view that's being put on for us. So we salute you.
And salute fucking the week of wrestling that's going on, man. We're right now we are missing parts of Collision, obviously what's going on right now. But then tomorrow you got SmackDown, you got Saturday, you got Saturday Night Main Event, and then Sunday you do have two pay-per-views. You have Double or Nothing AEW, and then you have Battleground. Some people are fans of NXT, some people are fans of that feeder and their relationship with TNA, and they're gonna have some bangers also. But the best part is, if you're a wrestling fan, you're gonna get a lot of fucking wrestling. You're gonna get a lot of wrestling anywhere you fucking turn. So we're in a golden age. We're in the golden age of wrestling right now.
Did you want to talk a little bit about that Saturday Night Main Event?
You have any matches pulled up for it?
I am looking at 1, 2, 3. There's 4 on the card so far. Being that it's a 2-hour show on Peacock / NBC Live TV, I'm pretty sure they can fit a fifth in there. But if they're gonna do 30-minute matches, this is a pretty decent card.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
You know what? Let's bring it up here. And once again, we're always going to shout out those who deserve a shout out. The SmackDown Hotel.com. Thank you for always being with us. Thank you for always putting it when we don't. Oh my God.
Threw it in there again.
You know it. So one of the matches here that are shown here, I'm just going from the bottom of the list up. There's no particular order. If they do show a different or whatever case, kudos. Steel cage match between Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest.
I saw on the I want to say the dirt sheets, just in on online, that Damian Priest has been getting a lot of praise from WWE in the back for his hard work and him really fucking changing his body, his work and his character work and all that good stuff. So it's nice to see him and Drew Mac get a nice match on Saturday Night Main Event. Like it's nice to see, and I don't know who's gonna come up on top because they've been 1-1. They're 1-1 right now. I think this is a rubber match, so I think they could lean on Damian Priest to go that route. But again, the summer of heels, baby. Like, I'm a heels guy right now, and the summer of heels is in full effect because you need to chase to fall. You need to chase to fall. So we'll see. How do you feel about that match? Or do you have any thoughts
I kind
about
of see Damian Priest coming out on top since he's getting the big push. I know, or maybe it's going to be so where he takes a little bit of time off because he is supposed to, but this could be a weekend thing. What I was reading on the sheets, he's supposed to be at a Slayer reunion concert, and he will be introducing them. He'll be the host for that concert festival that's going on. So if he does take time off whenever that decides to be, it could be this match, it could be something else, especially being a steel cage match. They could use that. Oh, he's out with the whatever, a broken orbital, socket orbital, or something that's real enough to be fake enough that it's,
Yeah, and that's to put some time for him to rest a little bit.
To rest a little bit, but also to put him out there because he's been doing a lot of stuff on the outside of WWE. There's plenty of places that have been giving him keys to the cities of different New York things that are going on and stuff. Anywhere he's able to represent Puerto Rico, which is his home country, just like Zelina Vega, they're out there pushing for the Latinx, if you will, or whatever.
Yeah, fuck that. Fuck that term.
Yeah, people out there that we're Latinos, we're fucking Mexicanos, we're Hispanic, but it's the genre, and they're pushing out there to and he's being the advocate through WWE for them, and so that's why that's where he's getting a lot of his praise. That's where he's getting a lot of that. Plus being a safe worker, and him still using his acute strength and physique to really just push it out there of who he is and shit. So
sure.
I would see Damian staying on top, and then later Drew messes him up on Raw, and to give him that time off to handle whatever he needs to do outside, just like Liv Morgan is, shooting a movie right now in Japan.
So
But
you
I
know
mean,
what?
it could be
If
over
he,
here.
I think you're right. If Damian Priest goes over, Drew Mack just fucking attacks him and whoop his ass, right?
Mhm.
After the fact. So he stays on top, but he gets his ass whooped, takes some time off, and Drew Mack's just fucking gloating about how he hurt him, right? Just
Yep,
like how he did CM Punk. I hurt him.
exactly.
I prayed for it. It's my time. He might have won the battle. I'm gonna win the war, kind of
Yeah, you go.
situation.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I mean it's feasible. It really is. A WWE, it's feasible. Next match on the card: Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker versus CM Punk and Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn makes his turn and hits CM Punk with a chair.
You really think so? He's gonna turn to go with Seth?
CM, I don't think he's gonna go with Seth. I think he's just gonna turn on CM Punk because a couple of weeks ago, CM Punk told Sami Zayn, "You're not on my fucking level, dude. You're not on my level. You're nowhere near my level. You're a wannabe." Blah 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 blah. I think Sami Zayn will bring it up and say, "Oh, I'm a fucking wannabe. I'm a fucking not your level. Well, I'm gonna bring you down to my level then, or whatever." Because again,
Hmm.
Punk, in my opinion, Punk is better fighting from under. He's better from fighting under. Unless he has a belt on him, he's better from fighting under. He's always coming, he's always fighting against the fucking, not against the people because the people love him. He's fighting
Hmm.
against everyone who hates on him. So it doesn't hurt. And Sammy needs another refresh in his character, and going heel might be work because he was very successful as a heel with the Bloodline. So
True. True. I mean, if he's gonna turn, he needs to defect with them. That's just my opinion because it makes no sense just to turn on Punk and then if you're gonna do, you know, a thing with Punk and Sammy, that's only gonna last so long. I don't want to see that drag out so many weeks back and forth. But then where does Seth and Braun go? Who do they have for him to fight?
but that's the thing, like you can't kill the team you just created in WrestleMania. That's why I don't think that Seth and Braun will lose, but they're definitely not going to win clean. You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree. I agree with that statement. But I don't see Sammy turning on Punk
Do you see Punk get?
unless there's something to gain out of it. So if Sammy's going to turn on Punk and start a program with Punk, and that goes on for a month or two, sure, okay. But what do you have for Seth and Braun?
You still have Roman Reigns, and that like that he hasn't come up, so that they still haven't finished that part of the story, right?
Win.
That's a good fucking question, right? Maybe Money in the
Yeah.
Bank, Money in the Bank.
The only thing I can see happening if they're going to bring him in right now, which I doubt it because they just announced on the sheets and then on the internet that Roman Reigns is going to be filming for the Street Fighter movie, the adaptation coming up, and he is Akuma. Roman Reigns is going to be filmed as Akuma.
It's not gonna be Kenny Omega. What the fuck?
You would think, right?
Yeah.
You would think. So if he is going to play a part and they're not starting shooting anytime soon for that movie, have him come in and screw over Seth Rollins, put Punk and Sammy over, and then that feud can start for a while there with Punk and or Sammy helping out Roman Reigns. Yeah, I think it would be Sammy since
Yeah.
bloodline,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
It could be Punk just to screw over Heyman. You
True.
know, it could build up for something like that, or maybe this will be the way. Whoa, fuck! Epiphany, fucking light bulb goes off, right? Fucking Roman comes out, helps out Punk and Sammy, and then that forces Seth's hand to get a third to join the group, even if it's temporarily, so they can have a 3-on-3 at the next, at maybe Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
And
That,
none of those people will be in the Money in the Bank match.
which I'm not okay with. I would like to see Seth hold that, or even Braun Breaker hold that briefcase.
Briefcase.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, you can go there. That's the beauty of it. Like you can go a lot of different directions.
Okay. You know what? Well, let's go another direction. And just for the fun of it, since we're live, maybe on a Thursday night, Zayn turns on Punk, like you said. Cool. Both Zayn and Punk are in Money in the Bank. Punk comes out on top, so that way he can cash it in against Cena, and we get another retro match between Punk and Cena, like Punk wants.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Doesn't mean Punk's gonna win. Dare I say that out loud? But still good, still best for business if we're gonna have Cena with his 20 something left visits to the WWE before he has his last match in December. I mean, it would be nice to
Now
see at SummerSlam Punk
let's
versus versus Cena one more time.
let's spin it around. Let's say Sammy turns on Punk, and then they're in the Money in the Bank match, and Rollins and Braun help him win. He's not part of the group. They're still trying to convince him to come over, but they help him win, and he goes after Jay and one of his good friends for the World Heavyweight Championship. So he doesn't have to go after Cena because that doesn't make sense. But him after Jay makes a lot of fucking sense.
Yeah, it does. It gives another contender for him. I could see that.
And
But even though,
it helps Jay also in the long run.
but even though they're toting that Seth Rollins should be the one going after Jay for that belt.
Yeah, but I think Seth Rollins knows what's good for business, and he will take a back seat. He does have a young guy with him, and he has a guy who is very deserving. He could have a guy in Sami Zayn of being very deserving of having his first championship belt, and then turn on him later. You know what I'm saying? That's Seth Rollins' style. I'm gonna help you, and then I'm gonna fucking turn on you when you least expect it. So I don't know. Again, you can go many routes, and it all depends on who has the fucking pencil in the back and is writing this shit.
Yeah.
WWE, we're available to hire.
You damn right. You damn right. We'll make it work. Hey, we still got two more matches to talk about, so let's get those in there. We got John Cena versus R-Truth in a non-title match.
The Miz comes and helps fucking R-Truth, or turns on R-Truth, and then you finally get again another classic rivalry. I know you. I see your face, but John Cena and the Miz had a great rivalry also, whether you like it or not. So it wouldn't hurt to get him interjected somehow or whatever, right? It just doesn't hurt.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong because Cena is holding the SmackDown belt.
Yeah.
Miz is on SmackDown with Carmelo Hayes.
It'd be good just to get like Randy Orton. It's the way the WWE made the Randy Orton match. It was one and done. He's not going to fight Randy Orton again. So if that's the case, then another classic contender for John Cena is The Miz. So getting The Miz involved now in the back or what? Maybe he's an R-Truth saying, "Hey man, you're not going to beat John Cena. John Cena's a bad guy, but he's like one of us, unless you go whatever." And then he comes out and interferes, and then John Cena's like, "What the fuck you doing?" Or he helps R-Truth almost get a pin. I mean, again, I don't know how you would write it, but I think The Miz, I've been thinking about it, and The Miz should have a shot at John Cena, and I don't know how you'd play it in, but you could. If anyone can do it, WWE writers can fucking make it happen somehow.
Yeah, they'll make it happen. It's always the out of nowhere factor, right?
Exactly.
Okay. And last but not least, we have the World Heavyweight Championship, Jey Uso versus Logan Paul.
They've been really making Logan Paul look strong, like he's gonna beat Jay, and it's scary because he looks in better ring shape than Jey Uso right now. Jey Uso has the crowd. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he got the fucking people behind him, and Logan Paul has the heat. But I don't think Jay should lose the belt. But it's gonna be really hard to not assume that could happen because he's been looking weak. He's been looking weak right now.
Do you not think it's kind of whack that they're trying to make Jey Uso look like the underdog, knowing that he's the champion?
It is fucking weird. It is weird.
Why are we gonna tote an underdog champion? That makes no logical sense to me when this guy should be over. Like when he did his promo with Gunther on Monday Night Raw. Wait a minute, Uso, I know where I am. I know where I'm at. I'm right here. I'm in the middle of this ring. I'm the one holding the belt. You got to watch out for me. 4 letters, 1 word. So, you know,
that's the hard part. That's the hard part, man.
Yeah,
it's just...
to be an underdog champion makes no fucking sense.
Or maybe that's just what seems to work for Jey Uso, the underdog. Whether he's champion or not, he has the confidence of a champion. At least he's not giving the sad puppy fucking spiel. But maybe his best way to fucking gain the crowd is always to be fighting from under. And many champions have done it before. Many champions have successfully done it where they're always fighting from behind.
Daniel Bryan.
Exactly. So and who do we always say is close to the yes movement? Jey Uso in the yeet moment, right? So it's not unrealistic to think that that's the kind of run they're going to give him. But again, I'm still a fan. And we talked about this over and over and over. I'm a fan of not having super long reigns. of champions. Let the belt kind of flip flop after 3 to 6 months, man. Like let's flip flop it a little bit.
World heavyweight should be.
Agree.
One belt should have a longer reign than the other, at least in the champion. But I'm not a fan of. We're both not a fan of year-plus holders.
Yeah, it's the storyline dries up real quick sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Most times, we'll say.
You're making it difficult for us to watch because we don't believe it anymore.
Exactly.
We just believe that whoever's in the back row with the pencil is just up your butt.
Yeah, and the magic of wrestling kind of dissipates, right? And unfortunately, so let's kind of, if you're gonna mix it up, it can only be the world heavyweight champion because John Cena right now is in his final year, so he has to kind of hold it to fight all the big names he wants, and at some point he'll fight from under whenever he loses the belt, and he'll end the year with whatever they call his special pay-per-view, the Attitude pay-per-view or whatever they call it. Ruthless aggression pay-per-view, whatever it can be, right?
Right.
So, I don't know. I mean, again, it's a lot of fucking good wrestling.
Don't forget though that this is just this Saturday night main event is just a placeholder till we get to Money in the Bank, which is in 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, June 7th.
Dang,
Saturday night, June 7th. So
it's coming quick, Jesus Christ.
It is coming quick. It is coming quick, and it's a good thing because that's going to give us more to want to grasp onto and watch, especially to see, because right now they're doing contenders for the Money in the Bank match, the ladder match. So it's interesting to see they're having trios championship matches, and you know what? We'd be kind of dumb not to kind of throw out there in one of the women's matches, a WWE star getting hurt, Zoe Stark, and a move that should have been executed a little bit better. Yet again, not a wrestler, not advocating for the IWC or anything like that, but the miscommunication that happened between Io Sky and Zoe Stark.
Not Io Sky.
I'm sorry,
Kyrie.
Kyrie Zane, my fault. Kyrie Zane and Zoe Stark kind of put her on the shelf for a while.
Yeah, the whole point is, well, one, Kyrie Sane just got back. That was her debut match again from being hurt, right? So her timing's off. So she doesn't feed to the middle like she should, and Zoe Stark leaped too early. She did the springboard leap too early, and then her body naturally tried to stop itself, and she fucking rode her knee over. Disgusting. And
Dude,
you can hear it. You can fucking hear it.
3/4 of the ring with that jump, man.
And had she extended her legs and just landed hard, it would have been better than her fucking trying to stop herself and all her momentum still going forward, and her knee fucking buckling from under her. But you could fucking hear the screams of pain, so much so that the doctor just fucking went into the ring mid-match, literally slid in, pulled her out, and carried her out. That's how bad it was. You know it's bad when they don't even throw up the X. The doctor just fucking swings in, picks her ass up, and takes her the fuck out of there. That was quick. Yeah. And unfortunate for her, because she was part of a team that doesn't exist anymore because the other two people got released. Sonya Deville and Shayna Baszler her whole team had disappeared.
I thought Shayna was still there. She didn't get released.
Yeah, she did.
I have to look that one up. I thought Shayna Baszler was still there. She didn't.
No, she got released. So she's by herself. No, she's by herself. Shayna Baszler has been released.
No, that's what I heard of. I think you're.
Look it up. Look it up.
Had too many Topo Chicos there, my friend.
Look it up, sir. She has been released.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And you pull it up.
Wow. It did happen.
Told you. She's by herself, or she's by herself, and now she's on the shelf. That's it, dude. She's gone. That's that whole team within a fucking month is out or on the shelf, which sucks for her.
Yes, it does. So it makes you wonder why they kept Zoe instead of Shayna.
She probably got paid less than her contract. Let's be realistic. If it's a budget cut, however they want to spin it, they pay Zoe Stark a lot less because she's still new on the roster. They're giving her that rookie salary compared to a vet salary. So.
Mm-hmm.
And she has a lot of potential. She's still young, so she has a lot more potential to be a star. She was just in a badass program with Trish Stratus and And who else was she with? Trish Stratus and Becky, and so there was a lot of things going on for her. She was in a hot streak. Then it went dull, and then she joined that group with Sonya Deville and Shayna Baszler, and that had some traction. And then it just fucking got the rug got pulled out from under them, and two of them got released, and Zoe was on her own. Finally got some TV time, and gets hurt. So that's unfortunately that's just a wrestling business. Right?
It is. It is. It's like one day you're hot, the next you're not, right? Just like those other TV shows that all the women like watching.
Exactly, and look, like you didn't even know that's how quick that shit happened. You didn't even know she was gone.
And
so
it happened in the beginning of the month, and I didn't even realize it.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Well, hey, we appreciate you tuning in live another Thursday night BTR. If you have a chance, watch it back on YouTube.
Don't let the rug get
Spotify.
pulled out from underneath you. Catch all the things that we do on all the social medias. You gotta
That's
sell
right.
it right,
That's
baby. Let's
right.
go.
Catch us on Beyond the Ropes Pod on everything: Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple Podcasts, and Instagram and Facebook. So
Be sure to keep your eyes peeled for all the wrestling that's happening this weekend, because we're going to talk about it next week. And don't forget to catch us on Tuesdays on our recorded podcast show that we love to put out there on all the social platforms, as well as Spotify and YouTube, when we talk about something hot next. But you won't be able to find out until we put it out there. So be sure to tune in on Tuesday.
Hey, stay tuned. More stories. More violence.
Let's go.